Hi, I'm Rob Van Rapport with MBANow, and we are at MBA's 2017 annual convention. With me is Chris George, chairman of CMG Group, and our new 2018 chairman-elect. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Rob.
So why don't you first tell us a little bit about yourself, your involvement with an MBA, and why you see it as important.
Well, this is my 35th year in the mortgage industry, and it's pretty much all I've ever done. And it has been an industry that has been tremendously good to my family and the families of the folks that are part of our organization. And I think it's an important component of your career to give back to the industry that has treated you so well. I mean, I'm a guy that comes from a very small town, Northern California, Martinez, California. I have 5 brothers and sisters, and stumbled into the industry like so many other people have. And I find that this is an opportunity for me to really give my time that I have, my expertise, back to an industry that's treated me so well.
Within your involvement with MBA, we know you're going to be chairman of the Diversity and Inclusion Committee, but you approach diversity a little bit differently. Why don't you sort of explain how you see the letters D&I and what they mean to you?
So the way we look at diversity and inclusion, the Diversity and Inclusion Committee has been steadily growing year after year. We're in our 4th year. The committee was formed in 2013. And our thought process is diversity and inclusion give way to 2 other words. We think it's deliberate and intentional.
Yeah.
So diversity isn't accidental, and being inclusive isn't incremental. It is something that you focus on. Now, first of all, it's the right thing to do. There's no question about that. But beyond the right thing to do, it's good for good business. And beyond that, it's good for home ownership. So we are taking our task force this year, our committee this year, to a different place. We've got ideas of best practices. We're testing those out with companies across the country that have already formed D&I committees internally within their organizations, and things that are working, we're promoting those things and testing new ideas. I'll give you one. One of the things we're focusing on is what we call the DIQ. So companies can log on to a site and see the ethnicity, the kind of diversity that exists geographically around their offices, and then compare that to their workforce to see if they align. So they can see what the marketplace has changed around them. States like California, Texas, Florida, the minority is now the majority. And I think it's important to inform people so that they can make a decision which best for their customer base.
Yeah, no doubt going forward, it's something everybody's going to have to be involved in, and you're certainly taking a leadership role with it. Another important area that you have leadership qualities has been within Opens Doors. We know you just got an award. We're really glad to see you win that. Speak a little bit about your involvement with the organization.
Well, this is something that affects all of us. Every single one of us in this industry has known of someone who has either gone through strife as a family member, and that in itself is traumatic. When you take that and you have that type of angst or peril for a child, it's elevated 1,000 times. Opens Doors is unique. Unique in so much is that it focuses on giving people peace of mind around their home payment. Doesn't matter if it's your mortgage, doesn't matter if it's your rental payment. Peace of mind centered around the idea that your focal point should rightly be on your child, and that our focal point is to make sure that you don't have to worry about those other things. I have deep understanding of this. My youngest son went through a liver transplant when he was 7 months old, and my other 3 boys were scattered around the area that we lived. The truth is, the last thing on my mind was our house payment. And if you can find this kind of life preserver that's being thrown out there to allow people that are saying, oh my gosh, how am I going to deal with all these things? It's miraculous. It is changing the way we think about taking care of the families that are taking care of their own children.
Yeah, no question about it. I know you said families, and your company certainly is a family business, but you have an important rule that, or I guess, process your kids have to go through before they can join the company, right?
We have 4 boys. My wife and I have 4 boys. All but 3 of them, but recently work for us. My youngest son, Adam, is about ready to embark on his mortgage career. He's contemplating being a loan officer. My oldest son is on the corporate side and our secondary market side. AJ, my second son, Philip is in marketing. My third son, Harrison, is working in the back room side of things with disclosures and accounting. And we require them to do 2 jobs before they can come to work for the company. The first job is I want them to do a food service job.
Right.
I want them to know what it's like to serve, and I want them to understand when they do that well, they understand they've done that well,
Right.
and of course when they don't do it well, they understand that too. Our belief is that service is a component of being a good leader. The second thing is I want them to do a manual labor job. I want them to know what it's like on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Their arms are so tired they can't lift them, they just want to go to bed and all their friends want to go out and have fun. Because listen, it's not really working at your father's company pushing a copy machine button, you know?
Right.
There are people that really work. We're incredibly fortunate to be in this industry and get to do the things that we do to help people either refinance or purchase their homes. And so what I want my sons to understand is the value of just the good old, honest, hard work. It's our belief that one of the first steps of being successful is hard work. Hard work works.
Yeah.
From there, you can talk about smart work and that
Right.
type of thing, but start with working hard
Right.
and you'll get somewhere.
You're a modern day J.D. Rockefeller, so.
But you know what's funny? When you talk about successful people in this industry, so many of them have the same characteristics. Hey, I used to work at a McDonald's,
Yeah.
or I used to bus tables, I used to have a paper route.
Right.
You know, it's funny to listen to the folks that have been successful and the continuity and similarity of how
Right.
they found their success.
Right. I mean, yeah, I totally agree with you. This has been really interesting and eventful. I appreciate you stopping by and talking to us.
welcome.
We're looking forward to the next few years.
You know, thank you very much.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter at MBA Mortgage and like Mortgage Bankers Association on Facebook and Instagram.